What's going on, guys and gals? Galga back here, and today I'm bringing you a brand new video. As you can see by the screen and the title, there's some more balance changes coming on the 18th of this month of May 2016. A lot of people have been complaining about the Royal Giant and the freeze spell, so they're going to take some changes off of those. And then we've got some other percentages and stuff to look at that they've posted as far as usages and stuff goes. So we're going to go through this as quick as we can because there's a lot of it. Let me just scroll through here. And if you want to check this out yourself, I'll have a link below in the description to it. So let's get right into this. First things first, the Royal Giant damage decreased by 4%. They said he's great again, but they don't want to tone him down as much. His use rates and win rates don't suggest he's overpowered. A small damage reduction should rein him in a bit. We'll continue to keep an eye on him. So basically, just based off of the feedback they're getting from the community YouTubers, they are going to make some changes to him, and then we'll move down to the freeze spell, the next one most of the YouTubers complain about. Hog and freeze can be a devastating combo if pulled off correctly. The other person shouldn't waste all their elixir. The freeze spell is not overpowered. It's highly used at all levels. We don't want to deter offensive gameplay, so instead of adjusting the Hog Rider, we wanted to first see how to change a freeze, how a change to the freeze would shake things up. Blah. They're taking an entire second off of that freeze spell, which already is only, I think it maxes at like 2.5 seconds or something like that. So Furnace Elixir decreased from 4 to 4 from 5. Hit points decreased by 14%, and lifetime decreased to 40 from 50. So 10 less seconds to life. Hit points decreased by 14. Elixir costs going down by 1 elixir. It had a low use rate, so they thought that maybe changing some of the stats for it might make people use it a little more. Fire Spirit's area damage radius increased by 25%. I think that is insane. That area of effect is going to be way bigger now. So if you have a minion horde and they drop some fire spirits off, your minion horde is definitely done at this point. It says their damage is good, but they don't always hit everything you'd like them to. This change should make them more reliable. Guards hit points and damage increased by 8%. They just have a low use rate. They're trying to get people to use them more. Minor hit points increased by 6%. People are figuring out the best uses for him. Pretty good overall. Just a little more health points could help him find a place in the arena. I haven't used him, but yeah, that's probably true. Lava Hound hit points increased by 3. Pups hit points increased by 9. Percentage, that is. As a 7 elixir legendary card, they don't think he's impressive enough yet. In particular, his second phase when the pups come out, I've seen a lot of gameplay of the Lava Hound, and those pups do get completely obliterated. So that might be a good change. Elixir Collector hit points decreased by 9%. I really don't think that's going to make it that big of a factor. It said that the use rate is incredibly high. It's the most used card in the game, but that's just because people use aggressive decks and they want to have more elixir to pump out aggressive decks, or use higher elixir costing cards and still not have to pay for it. So I don't really think they needed to make a change to the elixir collector. Changing the hit points probably won't change it that much, but the knight hit points increased by 10%. Awesome. They say he's a super functional troop, can be used across all areas of the arena. They just want to see people use him more, so they increased his hit points. Bomber damage increased by 10%. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll have to see whenever that comes out, because he already at around level 6 and 7, he just destroys if you drop the 4 barbarians, he just completely burns through them. So I don't really know if his damage needed to be increased, but we'll see. The cannon's health got decreased by 5%. I don't really see why they touched the cannon at all. They say it's the second most used card at the top, but that's just because it's a cheap distraction to the Hog Rider and the Royal Giant, which everybody has, so everybody runs the cannon too. Decreasing the hit points is just going to kind of annoy everybody. It'll make that card less useful, so people just probably won't use it at all. Tesla hit points increased by 5%. They're just trying to get people to stop using the cannon and use the Tesla. Golem and Golemite hit points increased by 5%. That's probably good, but I think a lot of people just don't use the Golem because he costs so much elixir. I don't really know if changing his health by any is going to make people want to use him more. And 5%, even if somebody does counter that with a minion horde like they say, that 5% is not going to be much. That minion horde's still going to burn through it. If anything, when they explode, they should damage the minion horde. That would make more sense. This is a big one. Witch damage increased by 10%. And to combat that as well, skeletons, hit points, and damage increased by 5. So the witch, the 1 elixir skeletons, and skeleton army, tombstone, they're all about to be super useful now. Tombstone hit points increased by 10. So not only will the skeletons be stronger, the tombstone itself will be stronger. That's pretty incredible if you ask me. It says the witch is an excellent early game pusher, but doesn't get much playtime in higher arenas. Plus the skeleton boost would help her. Interesting choice at higher levels of play. They're just trying to get people on higher levels to use more cards, because right now it seems like there's like 10 cards that everybody up in legendary and stuff uses. The tombstone has fallen out. It's a good counter for the prince in early game. We'd like to see a more viable choice again. Additionally, this change should make it a possible alternative to a cannon or Tesla in some decks. Maybe. Card upgrade XP fixed for epic and legendary cards. XP gained for upgrading epic and legendary cards will be in line with the equivalent levels of common and rare cards. So I'm guessing you were just getting a lot of XP for upgrading those, so they're decreasing it to the same as commons and rares. That's pretty much what I'm getting from that. So for the most part, the update, Royal Giant damage increased, Freeze decreased time, Furnace elixir cost decreased, Fire Spirits bigger area damage, Guards more hit points and damage, Miner more health, Lava Hound more health, and Lava Pups more health, Elixir Collector decrease in health, Knight increase in health, Bomber increase in damage, Cannon health decrease, Tesla health increase, Golem and Golemite health increase, Witch damage increase, Skeletons health and damage increase, Tombstone hit points increase, and then card XP fix. For the most part, some of these probably didn't need to be addressed. I think maybe taking half a second off of the freeze spell would have been just as good as 1 second, to be honest. They don't really need to make it that big of a deal. I'm curious how that will, because that's max. They're taking 1 second off once it's max. So overall, as it goes up, now you're going to get less time when you're upgrading it for us lower level people. So down in the lower area, the freeze is going to be a lot less useful now. Fire Spirits, I already used them. They're a really good counter to Spear Goblins, Goblins, Archers, Barbarians, Minion Horde, 3 elixir minions. They're a really good counter right now, so I really don't see the point in that. They're just going to make them a little bit better, so that's cool. Guards, I've not used, but I know they really get killed really fast once their shields are gone, so that damage increase might make them a little better. Minor hit points increased. Yeah, it makes sense. He's supposed to be like a tank that you can sneak in there. So like if you have archers and stuff going right across the bridge, all of a sudden the miner can pop up and draw the tower away while those cards do that. And the other person really wouldn't expect it. I think that's another reason the freeze is getting a fix, because if you can get the miner over there and then freeze everything the person drops, the miner's going to go to work on the tower. Lava Hound, that's a good change. Good increase in health. Elixir Collector, again, I don't really think any changes needed to be made to that. It's just now, once it's at half health, you can probably, or a little more than half health, you can probably fireball it now. The Knight, I like that card. I'm glad they're doing that. Bomber, eh. And now somebody's mowing the yard right outside of my door. Gotta love apartment complexes. Cannon hit points decreased by 5. Again, I don't think the cannon really needed a change at all. The Tesla didn't need a change at all. Golem and Golemites, that's fine. We'll see if people start using them more. But with the change to the Elixir Collector, we probably won't see them get used more. The Witch and anything skeleton related, I definitely expect people to start using now. I love the Witch. I've tried to build strategies around the witch, so I'm so happy they're making a change to her. I want to use the witch. If y'all saw my Get Flooded video, I think that came out already. Really cool. It's fun strategy. If somebody has arrows, though, or a poison spell, the Get Flooded strategy is not that fun. And again, a good counter to witch and skeletons would be a poison, so keep that in mind. Tombstone, that's a good counter for Prince, Hog Rider. So I can see that getting used a little more. Overall, that's my opinion. These changes will be coming out on the 18th of this month, so in less than a week, 4 days away. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.